Now, we have here, we're going to have the stock happening. What we're going to do, we're going to cook some rice now.
Yes.
Before I start crying a little bit, because I feel a little bit sad today.
Okay.
And so we're going to do the risotto with saffron. Now, the risotto Milanese, the original recipe is with bone marrow. Today we won't use it. So
because it traditionally, in fact, risotto Milanese is the only risotto in Italy that is used as an accompaniment, right?
Yes.
That, you know, most of the risottos don't work as accompaniments, but they used to use the bone marrow because they'd serve it with ossobuchi, which are the veal shanks, and of course the bones contained marrow. And the other thing they used to serve this with was the costolette, which was like the crumbed cutlets. Did you know that?
I'm going to make everyone cry.
I'm going to start crying myself. Okay.
Okay, now we...
You're
yes.
right, chef. You're right, chef.
Yes, I feel really sad today.
Okay.
No, we're going to... that's why you got apprentice in the kitchen. You can do the really bad jobs, you know.
Oh,
and so we're going to do... And also there was the famous chef in Italy that was doing the risotto zafferano with gold leaves on top. Do you remember it was popular 10 years ago? Used to serve with gold.
Was that Gualtiero Marchesi?
Gualtiero Marchesi,
Gualtiero Marchesi. He made that dish famous with the pasta where he put the parsley
in the
through.
middle, yeah.
Yes, you know, chefs are all artists.
So now we got our stock boiling. We're going to start cooking the risotto.
Okay. And now, one thing that I have learned from my mother, of course, is that a good quality risotto or good quality rice grain will take between 15 to 18 minutes to cook. Is that a fair call, Michele?
And also, the main thing is when you're going to do risotto, don't start your risotto before your guests arrive, because then you'll have a bit of a problems. Always make sure they sit down, they have something to drink.
So is that how restaurants do it? Do you think that they're you know?
You can't do it because customers don't want to wait 20 minutes for a risotto.
No, they won't.
You know?
Okay, all righty.
And, okay, so we start doing the risotto. Okay. So the onions is frying, and make sure that we cook the onions properly. I suggest always to add salt when you fry off the onions at the start. Yes. Like that, you're going to make sure that the onions lose all the water. Okay. And without burning, because it's very important that the onions get cooked in the risotto.
Okay. So you want them nicely lightly browned or not?
Yes. That's how it should be.
That's perfect colour.
Okay.
Can I stir?
Yeah, sure. That's when we add the rice. And there's nothing worse than having risotto with the crunchy onions. I think it's pretty bad.
Okay. Now, Michele, it's important to use a heavy-based saucepan, at least 10 inches across.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should be wide, yeah.
Should be wide.
And also, we haven't said that you should never rinse rice, because then you're going to get rid of the
starch. Oh, absolutely.
And some people, unfortunately, think that rinsing the rice is good, but it's not. And also, I mean, rice is actually is a very good ingredient, because a lot of people...
Highly digestible?
Yes, highly digestible, and a very low calorie as well, so it's really good. And it's
you had to throw that bit in, didn't you?
No, it's very rarely that you get people...
Does that mean the ladies in the north are a little bit slimmer? Is that what your reference is?
No, what I'm saying is but at the same time you need less rice, 80 grams of rice maximum for a portion. Okay. So it's actually fills you up. So that's probably the good thing of this. Now, brillare, which means when they start to shine, okay?
Yes, absolutely.
Someone was famous with the song as well. But has to shine.
Who was that?
I don't know. Just came out with that. And see, it's actually getting shiny. Now,
I can see that.
What we do now is the time of the wine. White wine, make sure that it's not out of the fridge, otherwise you're going to stop the cooking of the rice.
And send it into shock. We don't want to shock the rice. Oh, listen to that sound. Shh sound.
Okay.
I like it.
That's
I like
what
it.
it is.
Can I stir?
Yeah.
Oh. Now, do you have to have the temperature up at a high heat so that all the wine evaporates? It's
very important It's very important that we actually let all the wine evaporate, otherwise you'll be able to taste it in the risotto.
Which you mustn't do, absolutely.
And I'm sure that everyone had an experience like that the rice was tasted like a little bit like wine.
Beautiful, look at that.
Okay.
The most important thing, they also say that a risotto should be watched over and never left alone. Is that a fair call?
Yes, yes. I think there's, now we're going to add some chicken stock here. Chicken or veal, because it's mainly, used with veal, used to be bone marrow as well. Okay. But I think, another thing that a lot of people trying to give too many rules to how to do the rice. I think a rice, that's a secret. When it starts to dry up, you just add a little bit of stock. What we're going to add here now is the saffron.
Look at that colour.
Well, like I was saying, You don't have to follow. There's so many rules that people try to give about how to do risotto. Just
look at that.
Let it cook. Of course, you don't have to. Once you get the, has to bubble really low flame. You put it on low flame. When it starts cooking like this, you simmer it, and that's it. When it's ready. Okay. So always remember, don't start cooking your rice when the guests are not home. Make sure they're all there.
Michele, what about the wrist action? Is there a certain way you should be stirring the risotto? Because, like when you make crema pasticcera, the custard, there's ways of, stirring.
Are you doing very well? I think you should keep stirring.
Well, I am the daughter of a Venetian woman,
on the side as well. Now, at this stage, when it's still a little bit liquid, that's when you have to stop cooking it. Okay. Now, what we're going to add is some nice parmesan. Parmigiano. Okay. Okay. I think that's the most important part of the risotto, okay? Yes. That you switch off the burner there. Yes. Now the risotto should wait a few minutes, should rest a few minutes. Just a couple of pieces of butter, okay? Is that what gives it the creamy texture, Michele? Yeah, a pinch of salt, a little bit of pepper. And now, we just have to sort of start stirring it. Oh, that's what makes it creamy, okay? Is that the technique for getting the creaminess right at the end? You can use olive oil if you want. That's really good. Extra virgin olive oil. There's no problem, especially for a seafood risotto. Yes. Okay, but that's how it starts to come out nice and creamy. Okay. Cool. And you probably hear the noise too. I can actually. Okay, so now this is ready to eat. Let's go over to the bench, Michele. I think we are going to eat. Buono. Michele, finally, it's all ready. It's ready and creamy. I'm just looking at that lovely creamy texture that you promised us. Yes. Do you know, Michele, it's always important to do that little bit extra risotto because you just never know it's going to turn up. So, and you can use the leftovers the next day, can't you? Michele, you've excelled yourself once again. Yes. Some for you. Now, Michele, what do you think we should talk about on the next program? Yeah, I think we're going to do some polenta, no? Yeah, I think that's nudge. Yeah. And we'll do a couple of nice sauces as well for the polenta. Yes. And I'm sure you'll be happy with that. Absolutely. Look at this risotto. Not too much risotto because cheese on the risotto rather, because you'll just kill the flavour of the rice. Thank you. A bit for me. Let's go. I hope you've enjoyed tonight's program, and look forward to seeing you next week with some new ideas, perhaps something a little bit nouveau, or what to do with polenta, because it sounds really boring otherwise. What do you think? But it's not. It's not boring. Stay tuned for next week's program, and thank you for joining us tonight.